government. Yesterday, we did the structure of government. Today, we're moving on to 3 branches of government. I am going to go ahead and read this passage for you. I noticed in the last video there was a little feedback from the iPad playing with the sound of the voice speaking, so I'm just going to go ahead and read this for you. The Constitution says that the United States should have 3 branches of government. Each branch has its own structure. Each branch also has its own leaders and processes. The 3 branches were designed to limit the power of each branch. This prevents one person or group of people from having all the power. So think back to that discussion board that we did yesterday. The question was, is it good if one person has all the power? Think back to what you wrote. Our government system is set up in a way so one person does not have all the power. We have these 3 different branches here that divides the power in our nation. That way, not one person has all the power. Even the President of the United States does not have all the power of our rules and our laws in our nation. The 3 branches of government are the executive, legislative, and judicial branches. These branches of government distribute the power of the government and provide a check and balance. That is a key phrase right here. Everyone say check and balance. Good. For example, the president may veto or block a law passed by Congress. The Senate must confer major executive appointments. The courts may also declare acts of Congress unconstitutional. This basic structure of the national government has been used to guide the development of state and local governments. I want you to look again in our reading here real quick. Think about if you see any vocabulary words that are bolded or that you can remember from our slideshow yesterday. I'll give you a second to look. Do you see any vocabulary words? I'm going to go ahead and start highlighting them. They are bolded. It is just a little hard to see. Let's see if it will go. There we go. Executive, legislative, judicial, and we have one more vocabulary word, and that is veto. So there were 4 vocabulary words in this passage. If you want to go back and reread this later on, you can. You can use the play button. Also, this watch video section, there was feedback from that as well when I tried it out. So I want you to go on Studies Weekly, and I want you to either play the video there, or I have tried to put it in your course for this week. It was being a little funny for me, so I'm not sure if it will work, but go ahead and try to watch it right in your social studies assignment list. If it does not work, the same video is posted right here for you. I want to click on this picture here. So the executive branch, legislative branch, and judicial branch. So we have a couple main things that come with each of these branches. So let's start with the executive branch. Right here we say the president is the leader, chosen by voters, helps enforce the law. So we can look at this one here. Our president is the head or the main person of our executive branch. That is why there's a picture of the White House here, because who lives in the White House? Good, the president. Scrolling down here, we have the legislative branch. This is the Senate and House of Representatives. Selected from all states, they make the laws. They gather in the U.S. Capitol. If you think back to our vocabulary words at the beginning of this week, we had a picture of the U.S. House of Representatives, and a picture of the U.S. Senate. This is where the people that we vote for, or when you're 18, you're old enough to vote for these people, to go and make the laws for our nation. We vote for these representatives to go and hopefully make good choices for us. Lastly, the judicial branch. This is headed by the Supreme Court. It's a system of courts and judges, chosen by the president, confirmed by senators. Decide if laws are constitutional. And all of these branches are able to go follow the system of the checks and balances. I want to go to this file right here. I have a couple more pictures here, very similar to what I just said, but let's go through. These are again our 3 branches of government. Let's look at legislative again. Say legislative. Good. We have the picture of our Capitol building again. Just like our last picture said, this is the power to create laws. They can change or amend laws. This consists of the Senate and House of Representatives. So our representatives go to our U.S. Capitol and they vote if laws should be passed or if they should not be passed. Do you know where the U.S. Capitol building is? Good. The U.S. Capitol building is in Washington, D.C. Next is the executive branch. We again have the picture of the White House, just like the other slide. This is where laws can be signed by the president, make sure the laws are carried out. He can appoint the Supreme Court justices and other federal judges. This consists of the president, the vice president, and his cabinet. His cabinet are people who are nominated by the president to then work under him. So these are people that work with and for the president. So again, the executive branch is headed by our U.S. president. Lastly, the judicial branch. Another picture of the Supreme Court here. Any guesses on where the Supreme Court is? This is another one that is in Washington, D.C. Very good. They judge big issues. They judge the law. They make sure the laws are constitutional, and they consist of judges, justices, and the Supreme Court. So they decide if something is fair or if something is not fair. So again, we have the judicial, the executive, and our legislative branches. These are all posted in your Tuesday folder for social studies assignments. So if you look at the attachments here, you can look at these pictures again, just if you want to go back and review them. Lastly, you are going to complete your tree branches of government by downloading it into Notability and completing it, and then submit it back into Schoology for your social studies assignment, the same place where all the videos are. This is going to be a picture of a tree with 3 different branches. One is going to be, what do you think? Yep, the legislative, one will be the judicial, and one will be the executive branch. You are going to write who is the head of these branches, and then what are some of the things that they do in these branches. You can use this slideshow again if you need help in remembering, or you can go back to this page to look at this picture here. This is also in your Studies Weekly newspaper, so you can use both of those to help you complete that assignment. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Have a great day.